looking at money management, are you one of those people who really desire to create wealth? That's my first question I'm asking you. Are you one of the people that actually, you desire, you have great desire to create wealth? It's a question I'm asking you. Or are you one of the people, or one of the person that just want to have enough money and then you just want to be comfortable in a way? You can just have at least enough money and then you'll be comfortable. That's fine. You see, when money you have, you are not able to give much more to outside world, outside your walls, outside your immediate family, to reach out to community, then I can tell you, you should still stay humble. You are not close to anything that called wealth yet. Are you seeing it now? I think it's the Bible that said you loan to nations. Did you hear that? For you to give and borrow to nations and give to nations, so to say, it means from where you are going to borrow them, you have a lot. So if you are not able to give to a community, a state, country, there are some people, they give huge. I can't tell you what Bill Gates did in fighting polio. Huge amounts. It's called institution giving. If you are not doing that, stay humble. Let's stop this. I'm okay, I'm doing well, I have money, I'm rich, I'm this. Stop it. If you are saying that, compared to who? Compared to who? I think I was listening to somebody and he said, that you are saying you are a bishop of 5,000 members. You are a bishop of 5,000 members. He said, compared to who? He said your entire members is another person's choir. Your whole 5,000 members that you are saying you have a lot of members, 5,000. He said it's somebody's choir. We stay humble and learn to be small in our own eyes. So, to be sincere, if you are able to just feed yourself and your family and all of that, you are not able to feed nations. Because you know the joy for you to be able to say the entire country in Rwanda depend on you. You are the one feeding nation, countries. That is where we want us to get to. And that's why we are teaching what we are teaching. But you see, today, I want to actually talk to the people who really have the desire to create wealth. But not just wealth, but a lasting wealth that we can call generational wealth. It's not just going to stay with you alone, but it will transfer to generation to generation to generation to generation. That is it. They say a good father will leave inheritance. Buy the children's time. To be sincere, if you are not leaving anything for your family, don't leave anyone behind. I think I have someone that we brought to this platform one time. He said, if you are not going to leave anything, don't leave anyone. What he was trying to say, you gave birth to children, you should leave something for them. If you are not leaving anything, don't leave anyone. That was, I think it was Tade Khan. We brought Tade, and then Tade was one of his statements that he said that. Now, in order to actually create lasting wealth, you have to actually understand the purpose of cash or the purpose of wealth itself. Meaning, you need to understand what wealth is or what wealth is not. Two things you need to do: understand what wealth is, and also have a clear understanding of what wealth is not. To be sincere with all of you, I have noticed, why I started doing a lot of study. I noticed over time, if I get to sit down with you within 5 minutes, I'm able to actually tell where you are financially. Because you know what? Your words will always betray you. Your words will betray you. They tell people who you are. when you open your mouth to speak. I said your words will always betray you. But you see, when it comes to creating wealth, the idea may feel hard, very, very difficult. It may feel like that. But you see, until you really learn how to do it, and once you are able to really do it, you will then ask yourself, is it this thing that has been appearing to be very hard before? Because as at this time, you cannot really do it. It's just like learning how to drive. So many of us believe driving is so difficult. But when you start driving, then you'll now be asking yourself, was it what I was thinking it was? How come I was even thinking like that in the first place? That this thing is really difficult. I think I followed 1 or 2 times with Pastor Efe. We're going at it, we'll be driving. He's not using any navigator to drive. How are you able to know all this road? How are you able to even get to know all of these things? For me, it's really difficult. But you see, not until I started driving that I can drive with that navigator. I was like, aha! But the question is, why was I even thinking like that in the first place? The truth is, if you cannot see the desire worth in you right now, it is because you don't have an understanding of what worth is. If you cannot drive now, it's because you don't have an understanding on how to drive. But once you know it, it becomes very easy. You need to understand what cash is. You need to understand what cash flow is. You need to have a clear picture, a clear understanding of what accumulation is. You need to understand what is called cash perpetuation. You need to really understand the full concept of wealth itself, of wealth creation. You need to have all of this understanding. The better you know, the better your options become. When you have the mind that money is what you get, and when you get it, or when you get to work, you get the money, then you just spend it and that's all. It tends for paying bills. But you see, today, my idea is to actually give you, for you to see it from a different perspective entirely. And once you have a different perspective on how to see this wealth, money, cash, currency, certainly there will be a shift. There is no two ways about it. When we talk about wealthy people or individuals, they come from all walks of life, from different backgrounds, career, from different income levels, name them. But one thing that they all have in common is their ability to manage their money well. Let's really come to think about it. It's not about the money itself. It's managing it that is always the problem. To be sincere with all of you, managing it is always the problem. That has always been the issue. Kelechi, you made a lot of money this year. We are in September. What will determine the amount of money still available with you is how you have been able to manage it. The same thing with Osato. Yetunde, you have made a lot of money. Omatobe, you have made a lot of money. Ediale, Austin, you have made Williams, all of you have made a lot of money. The question is not making the money. The question is, how are you managing what you have made? It's always the question. Please, if you need to write it boldly, I believe none of you will come to this platform without writing. I believe so. Write that one down boldly. It is not about what I'm making. It is about how I manage what I am making. Write it boldly on your notes. My attention is to focus on what I am, focus on managing what I am making and not what I'm making. The idea is focus on what you are, not what you are making, so to say. Focus on how to manage what you have made. That's the focus. That's the focus. In fact, you might think that financial success is all about how much you make. No, certainly you will be wrong. The real secret lies in how you manage what you earn. The real secret is actually on how you manage what you earn. That's the secret. For example, when we tell people to save, to be sincere from what they earn, the question they always want to ask me, especially when I get to teach people, their reaction is always, how can I save when what I earn is not even enough? How many of you have asked that question? If we say save, and then the question is, how are you asking me to save when what I earn is not enough? You are asking me to save. In the first place, what I am getting or what I earn is not enough. The truth is this, write this down, everybody. Everybody write, please, I beg you. It is not enough. That is why you are not saving. No, it's not that it's not enough. That is why you are not saving. It is not because it is not enough. That is why you are not saving. That's the truth. It is not because it is not enough. That is why you are not saving. It is because you are not saving. That is why it's not enough. I'll repeat that. It is not because it is not enough. That is why you are not saving. I then said, it is because you are not saving. That is why it is not enough. I'll repeat that for the last time. It is not that it is not enough. That is why you are not saving. It is not enough because you are not saving. That is why you are not, in fact, you are not seeing anything because you are not saving. That's what I'm trying to say. So don't say, why should I save when what I earn is not enough? Don't say that. So I'm saying, you are saying it is not enough. The truth is, it is because you are not saving. That is why it is not enough. Once you start to save, you see a lot. I think the Bible said, if you spend all that you earn, the Bible says, sorry to say, it's the Bible that said so. I think it's Uncle Solo. I think it's Solomon that said you are a fool. He said, if you spend all that you earn, he said you are a fool. He said the foolish man will always spend all. I think he was talking about it in Proverbs. There is oil in the hand of the wise. He said, but the foolish man spends it all. If you spend all that you are earning, sorry to say, the Bible, I'm not the one that said so, he said you are a fool. That is so big. That is so big. It's a very big word. You spend all that you earn. No, you don't do that. That's why I'm bringing you money management. Let me let you know the truth. Effective money management is crucial for building true wealth. Whether you are earning low, let me let you know the truth. It's not about what you earn. It's not about the amount of money you are earning. It's about what you do with what you earn. If I give you 20,000 naira now, if I give you 200 pounds now, it is about what you are doing with what you are going to do with that money I just gave to you. How will you manage 100,000 naira? How will you manage 100 pounds? How will you manage 1,000 pounds? That's always the question. So whether you are earning low salary or you are bringing in substantial income, it does not matter. What matters is, what are you doing with the available of resources in terms of money now available to you? What are you doing with it? How are you managing it? Please learn this today, that managing your finance is essential. Most people struggle financially. They don't realize the importance of managing their money. They don't. They only focus on spending it. They focus on spending it. But I tell you, by adopting sound money management, or what I refer to as MMS, which is money management strategy, or learning skills on how to manage money, you can start building and multiplying your wealth regardless of your current financial situation. From today, if you make decision and say, I am going to manage every resources, money now that comes into my hand, I'm going to manage it properly. I told you there's the rule of engagement. I told you, when money comes into your hands, the law and the rule is multiply it before spending it. That alone. How many of us really embrace that? When money comes into your hands, multiply it before spending it. Meaning, if you get £5,000, the idea is turn that £5,000 to £10,000 before spending the £5,000. Because at the end of the day, if you spend the £5,000, you are still going to be left with £5,000. You see, let me let you know about this money issue. If you are not financially free, you are not truly free. If you are not financially free, you are not truly free. People who are financially incapacitated are controlled by situation and circumstances. I can tell you, all of you, that you don't have voice when you don't have money. You don't have a voice. Have you not seen in a meeting where even the younger one is the person having money? The senior one is there, but the younger one is coming late into the meeting. They will say, keep quiet first, hold on first, let the better person talk. In our local language, let better person talk. Have a family member talking to the senior because he doesn't have money. You don't have a voice when you don't have money. What we have succeeded in establishing here today, that it is not the amount you are making or what you get as salary that determine how financially free you will become. Write that down. It is not what you get now, whether low or high. It is not about that at all. It is not the amount of money you are getting that will determine how financially free you will become. Not at all. It is not that. It is not. You can be getting very high flow of income or money coming into your hands, but you can still be under financial bondage. I'm telling you the truth. Someone can be earning like $1 million, so to say, and another one $200, and the one earning $1 million will still come to the one earning 200 to borrow money or to loan money. So it's not what you earn, it's what you do with what you earn. Please write this down. It's important. If you need to type it in the chat group, please do type it in the chat group. Everybody write down. Write this down. It's very important you write this down. It's important you write this down. If your heart goal exceeds your inflow, I tell you, your upkeep will be your downfall. Listen again. If your heart goal exceeds your inflow, then your upkeep will be your downfall. If your heart goal, the way money is leaving you, exceed how money is coming into you or staying with you, then we have said that your upkeep will be your downfall. If your heart goal exceed your inflow, your upkeep will be your downfall. So controlling your heart goal is more important than increasing your inflow. In fact, write that one too. Controlling your heart goal, how money is going out, controlling it is more important than increasing your inflow. If you can manage well on how money is going out, I can tell you the truth, you'll be financially free. That's why I've said that controlling your outgo is more important than increasing your inflow. In fact, if you don't understand this, you'll be making a lot of money and then you cannot really account for it. Between January and now, like I said before, you have received a lot of money. For some of you, the fight currently in your house now, as I speak to you, is about money. Your wife is currently even asking you, Oga, what did you do with the money you made last week? The money you made last month? Last 3 weeks, last 2 months, what did you do with the money? Your wife is asking you, and you cannot explain. In fact, instead of explaining, you have turned it to quarrel. Oga, what did you do with the money? There's no quarrel here. In fact, wives, be wise now. Whenever they want to turn it to quarrel, you yourself don't start quarreling. Because a lot of time you will miss it there by start quarreling with them. No, don't quarrel. If in fact, just have an understanding is trying to make you to start quarreling so that you don't continue to ask what he did with the money. Don't quarrel. Be wise. Let him rant and everything. Still calm down and say, my Lord, the owner of my head, my one and only darling, please, what did you do with it? What did you do with the money that you earned last month? Albeit it sounds funny, but I tell you the truth, you are just being wise. Don't forget, I think last 2 weeks, we said that you win by great application of wisdom. You don't win by right. You don't win by right. You will always win by applying wisdom. Like I said, the quarrel in your house now is about money. The reason why the family is under stress financially is that you know how to make money, but you lack how to manage it. That's why the family is stressed financially. You know how to manage money, but you know how to make money, but the issue is how to manage it. I think it was the book. What's the title of this book? Was it The Millionaire Next Door? I think so. Or The Richest Man in Babylon. I can't really remember. I think one of those books. It said, money will flow out of the hands of those who do not know how to manage it to those who know how to manage it. He said, money will flow out of the hands of those who do not know how to manage it to those who know how to manage it. I encourage you, please go to our platform and go and just have a review. I did a review of I think I've done the 2 books. The review is that The Millionaire Next Door and then The Richest Man in Babylon. Go to our platform, you see it. And I want to encourage you too. You're not doing good if you are not inviting your family member to be here right now. Send them the link as we speak. Send your friends, your family member. Let them come and hear this on how to manage their money. Send it now, like we are speaking now, like right now. Call someone now and say, please, you need to come and hear this. Because I'm going to give you now on how you should manage your money. I'm going to give you a list of maybe up to 6 or 2 strategies, so to say, on how to manage money. Call them now. Call your friend and say, please, I need you to join a platform. Call someone and say, no, there is something going on I want you to hear. Send the link to them right now. Send them right now. Thank you for sharing the link. Thank you for sharing the link. Thank you. I can see someone is sharing already. Thank you for sharing. Invite someone to be here. You can't enjoy this alone. Other people need to join. Now, Of course, one of our teaching way back, we said money is currency. We say that because it has current, just like electricity. You see, that's why we're talking about inflow and outgo or outflow. Money is called currency because it has current. The thing is it is either it is flowing in your direction or it is flowing away from you. But it actually depends on the strength of the current. For some people, the current at which money flow or exits out of their life is so high. For some of you, it is touch and go. Once money enter, it's gone. For some of you, say even before the money comes in, you have already spent it. Oh God, that's the problem. Madam, that is the problem that you are having. The level at which money is leaving you is so high. Your currency is high. Please reduce it. It's too high. The rate at which money is leaving you. Like I said to some people, it is touch and go. That is why when I teach, we always tell people, or we always let people know to quickly invest their money into assets. That is, turn it into solid instead of leaving it in liquid. That can also help you not to spend your money anyhow. Because once it's into solid, it's always difficult for you to spend it. Please note this, one of the reasons you really need to turn your money from liquid to solid is to prevent you from spending it. When I mean liquid, physical cash is with you. Solid is when you actually invest that money into assets. Assets like maybe you are buying you're into real estate, you decide to buy, buildings, lands, and all of that. Make it really solid. You know why? Because during dry season, you are going to need that solid asset, which you can either sell. I always encourage people to sell when they are into dry season, because to be sincere, in dry season will come. Some of the people that are rich, let me tell you what they do. Don't tell them I told you. What they always do is that when they are broke, because they also turn broke. I'm telling you the truth. Those people that you think they are very rich and wealthy, they also turn broke. What they always do is, once they are broke, you know what they do? They turn to their assets and sell one. Before you know it, money will come. The reason why you have assets is to sell it. The reason why you have that land that you bought is to sell it during dry season, because the season will come. There's going to be year of plenty, and then there's going to be year of dryness. There's going to be summer, and there's going to be winter. There will be a time you will not have money. There will be a time that you will have a lot of money. It's what you do when you have a lot. How many you are able to retain. You can imagine, I think it was the Bible. God, I just remember this now. I think it was the Bible that was saying, look at you, go and learn from the ants. Ants. You know how small that's, how the brain of the ants look. With all this our big brain, we cannot. He said, go and learn. He said, you lazy bones. He said, go take lessons from the ants. He said, they know how to keep food during winter, because they know that during summer, because they know that it's going to be winter, where they cannot actually go out to look out for food. So what the ants will do, they say, in fact, it was the Bible that was saying, he said they don't have any commander, any body like a governor over them or whatever. He said, but they know that they need to save a lot during winter. And imagine how the Bible was trying to control us, to let us know that, come on, go and learn from that little creature, that little ants. then we, with our big, sorry to say, with this head that George is carrying, then I'm not able to make and learn from that decision or from that instruction. It was an instruction. It was not advising you. Go and learn from the ants. Look at what they do and do the same thing. Because do you know what? Dry season will surely come. In fact, it's going to rotate. All these people that you are seeing that are broke now, they were actually, a lot of time they had a lot of money. The man that is broke and stranded now, there was a time he has a lot of money. What did he do with the money at the time he had it? A man that is 80 years and broke was 120 years. Let's tell ourselves the truth. The money coming into your hands now, what are you doing with it? Ask yourself the question, what are you doing with it? The money coming into your hand now, what are you doing with it? Then you are putting everybody into stress. Why will you want to put even yourself into stress? How difficult is this principle? That for you to save during when you have a lot. But you see, there are some people, immediately they have salary increase in their office. If they were eating 5 pieces of meat before, they say, Madam, I have arrived. Oga, keep quiet, you have not arrived. Arrived where? Arrived where? Arrived where? That's when you know, give me the gizzard. It's the gizzard I want. You were okay before. The shirt you are wearing, it is still good. When you get increase from salary, that's not when to change the dress. That's not when to change the dress. Still stay the same way you are. When money gets into your hands, increase. No. Don't change the way you are eating. Don't change the way you are living. Still continue to live in that standard of way of your living or the quality of life which takes discipline. Stay put like that. Please, I beg you, let's take lessons from the ants. They learn how to save because they know that there will be dryness. Like I said, what will always happen is when you are in your dryness, you can sell the land. I know tradition will not allow us to sell. Our mindset and all of that, our family are saying, you want to sell your land? No, sell it. That is why you actually bought it. When you are now into stress, please sell the land. If you don't sell it, they will bury you there. Please sell the land when you need to sell it during your dryness. If you have 5, sell 1. Don't say no, I won't sell, and stick to tradition. I understand when people really stick to tradition like that. We may be too attached to tradition. The question is, what will people say? If you have a land or a house and you are experiencing dryness, please sell. In fact, I remember this man. Please listen to this. Let me tell all of you this. There was this man, and I want you to answer me at the end. But I'm going to ask a question at the end of this. In fact, I want you to answer if the advice was a good one or it was a bad one. I'm going to ask all of you. Nestoria, I'm coming to ask you this question. Williams, Yetunde Lawan, Fabiana, Osato, all of you get ready. I'm going to ask you this question at the end. If this advice was a bad one. There was a man that was owing someone. In fact, he was owing the creditor 2 million naira. Please take note. Let me use naira. He was owing 2 million naira. Please take your pen too, because I will need to do some calculation. He was owing 2 million naira. But this man have what we call in Nigeria 4 flats. He had a building, and that building had 4 flats in it, meaning 4 apartments. He was living in one, and then he put the other 3, they were under rent. The tenants that were in that rent in the 3 other apartments, we are paying 120,000 naira. This is actually years back anyway. They were paying 120,000 naira a year. And as at this time, this man is owing, the creditor was after him. The tenant, they already paid the money for the year. And he has spent it on school fees, on the children and all of that. And then the man was under stress. He was not sleeping. In fact, he came in to borrow 2 million to offset the debt he's owing. Because he's owing 2 million and he was looking for the 2 million to actually borrow to pay off the people that were under his neck, because he was not sleeping anymore. In fact, at a point, he was already even sick. There's what we call BP, high blood pressure. He was already almost passing out. He came looking for 2 million to borrow. He was owing the 2 million. But you see, the truth is, when you find yourself in a pit, stop digging. He's owing 2 million and then he's going now to go and look for another 2 million to borrow to pay off the other 2 million. In fact, there are some people that actually do that. When they are owing, they will borrow from another person to pay off the person that they are owing. Well, anyway, let me continue. So the man came and was looking for 2 million to borrow because the creditor were after him. Family suffering, children and everything. He was not sleeping. At the end of the day, he said he needed the 2 million in high interest. He will pay. It's not only just borrowing the 2 million. He wants to borrow the 2 million and then we pay interest on the 2 million. There is this practice, I don't know if they still do it way back in Nigeria. You borrow 100,000 and then you'll be paying 10,000 naira every month as interest. So many of them will pay, they will keep paying that 10,000. They will never see money to pay the full money which was loaned to them, which is 100,000 naira. They will keep paying 10,000. It's always trouble for them. In fact, that's the worst thing that can happen to any person. You go and borrow 100,000, you pay 10,000 naira back, and you are not doing any business, you are not doing anything. I wonder how they will manage to pay that 10,000 naira. Well, anyway, let me tell you the story of this man. What was the advice? When he came in and asked for that 2 million, he was ready to pay high interest. He was advised and said, no, don't do this. Did you say you live in a 4 flats or you have a 4 flats apartment or building? He said yes. The advice was that, sell the house. Hey, he screamed, like I said, tradition. He shouted, he said, that is where I live. That is the only place I live. In fact, from the book I was reading this, the man said, I knew he was not going to sell it. I already knew he was not going to sell it because of cultural thinking. What was the advice that he was giving? He asked this man that wanted to borrow, he said, you said you are owing 2 million. He said, yes. The building 4 flat, how much will 4 flat cost if you're ready to sell it? He said the 4 flat will cost about 12 million naira. Please write down. I just took my pen. I want to write too. Said the 4 flat will cost about 12 million. Okay. If this 4 flat that you are living and you live in 1 flat, the other 3 is actually under rent, and then you can sell this building for 12 million. He said yes. Here is the advice. He said, sell the house, the 4 flat now, the building, for 12 million. So the man will be having 12 million. The first thing is to do, take 2 million and pay off your debt. If they take 2 million and pay off debt, it will be left with how much? I think 10 million naira.
10 million.
10 million. Thank you. I want you, all of you now, unmute yourself and respond. Let's do the calculation together. Take from the 12 million now. Now you have sold the flat, the building. You have 12 million naira in your hands. Take 2 million and pay off your debt so that at least you can be sleeping well. So that all this your high blood pressure, sickness, and all of that, you can solve that problem. You'll be left, the man will be left with what? 10 million.
10 million, yeah.
Then the second advice is take 6 million, because he asked him, how much will a brand new 2 flats instead of 4 flats now? How much will a brand new 2 flat cost? And this time around, you buy it in town. The man said 6 million. It was advised. I say, take 6 million and buy a brand new 2 flat building. Buy it in town. Live in one and put one in rent. And because it's in town, the rent they will be paying will be around 200,000 naira a year. So if you take 6 million and buy a brand new 2 flat, is living in one, put one in rent, how much will he be left with?
4 million.
4 million. Thank you so much. Here comes another advice, continuation, and said, give your wife 1 million naira to start a business. Give your wife 1 million naira to start a business. How much will he be left with?
3 million.
3 million. Here comes another advice. Take 2 million and put it in fixed deposits where you can continue to get increase, more money at the end of the day. How much will be left?
1 million.
Way back, this was years back, and that last 1 million, he was advised and said, take that 1 million, process your document and travel abroad. Because once you come back after years, you made it abroad, God's on your side, favor and everything. In fact, if you have money, if you want to buy the full Lagos, they will sell it. Take 1 million and process your trade abroad. Here comes the question. Is that a good advice?
Very.
Yes, sir.
I'm asking all of you, is that
Very
a
good
good advice?
Very good advice.
It is.
Very good.
Very good advice.
Yeah, yeah.
But you know, from the
Yeah.
beginning, he said, the man told him, he said, I know you will not take this advice. Do you know the man did not take that advice? Until now, till today, he's still poor. He's still poor. Some of us are so emotional, and then we attach ourselves to some kind of property, and you know, we don't have an understanding that assets are to be sold during dry season to stay alive. Write them down. Assets are to be sold during dry season to stay alive. That's my quote. Assets are to be sold during dry season to stay alive. George Owen. Please, I beg you. That was a very good advice. That's financial advice. Because where you are financially now is decision that you have taken so far that brought you to where you are now financially. Decision that brought you to where you are now is decision that brought you here as at today. Where you are financially is decision making. The truth is, you see, change is very painful. The man was sticking to that house. He didn't want to change. Change is very painful. Change is very painful. Few people have the courage to seek out change. But you see, most people won't change until the pain of where they are exceeds the pain of the change. I said most people won't change. They fight change. The only change is when the pain of where they are exceeds the pain of the change. When it comes to money, in fact, we can actually be like a toddler in a soy data. You know what the toddler will say? He will say, I know it smells bad, but it is warm and it is mine. A toddler in a soy diaper, a little baby in a soy diaper with poo. You will say, I know it smells bad, but it is very warm and it is mine. Who have it before? Now you get the poo. But you see, only when the rashes will come, and then he will cry out, or she will cry out. The truth is, most high income earner have a very high out goal. Money leaves them. That's the truth. Because there's this delusion that comes within them and said, I aim big, then I will live big. Or where this money came from, there's another one will come from there. Please write this down. The rule is spend less than you earn. Please, I beg you. Spend less than you earn. Spend less than you earn. In fact, there are 3 things people do with money. Number 1, write down. People spend money. People spend money. In fact, this is what average people do. Anytime money comes into their hands, they are looking for what to spend it on. Number 2, people waste money. In fact, this is what poor people do. This is actually what poor people do. They waste money. When I mean waste money, they throw money into the bin. No, that's not what I'm saying. Or throw money away. No. They waste it because they are so reckless. They are very emotional and impulsive in their spending. They lack what I call financial intelligence. And this is the reason for poverty. In fact, the reason for poverty is as a result of lack of financial intelligence. The last one, which is 3, people invest money. In fact, this is what the rich and wealthy people, this is what they do. The rich invest their money and spend what is left. Write that one down. The rich invest their money and spend what is left. But you see, the poor spend their money and invest what is left. You see the two different now. The rich invest their money first. Whatsoever that is left, they will spend. But the poor spend their money. They will spend it first. Is the little that is left, that's what they will invest. So the first is, don't forget I stated one rule, which is when money gets into your hands, multiply it first, invest it first before spending it. So it is either you are spending money, you are wasting money, or you are investing money. Here comes the question. Which of this are you doing? Are you spending money? Are you wasting money? Are you investing money? Which of these are you doing? Are you spending? Are you wasting? Or are you investing money? You won't believe it, as little as £10. Just yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yes, Friday. Just £10. As little as £10. £10. I invested £10 yesterday. You won't believe it. You will not believe it. If I can open a platform for you, you will see that I invested £10. As little as £10, I invested it. As of today, this morning when I checked it, that £10, there is an addition of about 57p that has added to it. I put £10 somewhere. As at this morning, 57p has added. I can tell you at the end of the month, I would have gotten up to about maybe £200 already. As little as £10, I invested it yesterday. This morning, I've gained 57p. the idea is you must invest money. The rich invest money. The average people, what do they do? Average people actually spend money. Poor people waste money. So it's either you are spending money, you are wasting money, or you are investing money. You see, if your rate of spending is much more than your rate of investing, you may be making a lot of money now, and everybody will think you are doing well financially or you're rich. But 5 years, 10 years down the road, you may become poor or even really deeply broke. So it is very important you learn how financial management works. You must have a clear understanding that there is difference between the standard of living and then your quality of life. In fact, debt is actually how you have a high standard of living. But discipline, like I said before, is how you have to call quality life, or how you live a quality life. The reason why so many people are in debt today is because they want to have high standard of living. That's the truth. You want to impress people that don't even know you are there. Are you trying to impress? Ooh. I think I was reading, is it David Ramsey? David Ramsey said something, right? David Ramsey. In fact, David Ramsey is the author of the book. He has written a lot of books. He wrote the book, The Total Money Makeover. Yes, David Ramsey. The Total Money Makeover. In fact, can I do something today? No, I think I've done that some time ago, where I shared some of materials that I'm seeing and all of that. I think I have another platform apart from this platform now. I have a platform where I sent 50 books. 50 books. I sent it to them. I said, now take it out every day or every week. Study one of it. Take them out every week. Study this book. Next week, study another one. So I sent about 50 books into that platform. Today, let me give a bonus. We send you this book, The Total Money Makeover. I will send you the PDF. I will send you the PDF. I promise to do that. Will you be happy if I do that to you? I'm asking the question. Unmute yourself and answer.
Yes.
I'm going to send that to all of you. As many that do receive our this thing, I will send it. I will send the PDF to you. I've got the PDF. The audio is also available on YouTube. You can check out the audio. Is available on YouTube. I think I had a review of it also, I think today, posted on our YouTube page, The Total Money Makeover by David Ramsey. What did he say? Write what he said down. He said people buy things they don't need with money they don't have to impress people they don't like. That's Dave Ramsey or Ramsey. He said people buy things. Write it down. People buy things they don't need with money they don't have to impress people they don't like. People buy things they don't need with money they don't have to impress people they don't like. In fact, please, I want you to take them out to study the book, The Total Money Makeover. It is very rich, it's very good. You'll have a lot to learn from it. The book is available. I will send it, like I said. I did promise I will send it immediately I finish this training now. I will send the book, the PDF to all of us. Take time out to study it. Like I said, if you don't know what you are looking for, by the time you will get to where it is, you will not even know it. You will pass it. Someone defined poor to be passing over opportunity repeatedly. Please, I beg you, take time out to study. Study how money works. Study what money is all about. In fact, it's actually a review, apart from our own review or summary we did on the Total Money Makeover. Go on YouTube. By Dave, the Total Money Makeover. You are certainly going to learn a lot from it. I can tell you the truth. Like I have promised to send you the PDF formats. Is a whole lot of book write-up, a whole lot of knowledge in it, where you can actually get to learn a lot. But let's quickly look at what it just says, something that I wrote down. He said, first you must accept that there is a problem. First you must. He actually said something. He said, if you are fired from your work now, today, if you are fired from your work today, he said the ideal is you should be able to live 3 months. You are still okay. You would have saved 3 months of your living expenses. He said if you are able to do that, that's good. Then you are in financial shape. But if you are not able to live within 3 months without working, and you still live as you're living, you're still able to pay all your bills, everything, and nothing has changed, he said you are actually out of shape. I encourage you to get the book. I encourage you not to, of course, you will get the book number, I will send it over to you. The encouragement will be, I need you to actually read it. I need you to read it. There are 3 things you need to do to help you manage your money. 3 things you need to do to help manage your money. Number 1, you need to save. Number 2, you need to leave. And then number 3, you need to give. 3 things: you need to save, you need to leave, and then the last one, you need to give. There's what I refer to as the 30-70 principle. 30-70 principle. If you need to manage your finance very well, like I said, you need to save, you need to leave, and then you need to give. I will explain them. I said I refer to it as the 30-70 principle. And what is this 30-70 principles? It is, what it is this, you live on 70% of your income. You live on it. That's what you live on. You save. In fact, some people are advised 10%. If you can do 20%, is good. Save 20% of it. You live on 70, you save 20%, and then you give 10%. When I mean give 10%, I mean you must be generous. You must live a generous life. You must learn how to give, because money understands that too. Because if you want to actually recognize the spirit behind money, you must be a giver. You must be a giver. You must be a giver. People that are actually lacking or that are poor, go and watch their life. They are the people that are tight. They hold on to this money very well. You must learn how to give. You must be generous. You must be a giver. So like I said, you are living on 70 of your income, you are saving 20, and then the last one you are actually giving out at least 10%, maybe as charity, as the case may be, or whatever you believe on. I was to teach you the 6-can system. 6-can system. I was to actually look at that. But I think I should take some questions now, because I can see some question coming in. Maybe I'll take this class again next 2 weeks. Let's make it part 1 and part 2. I just look at the time now. We still have a lot we need to cover. I'm going actually on how to manage the approach, the practical approach to manage money, or the practical approach to money management, which I'm looking at 2 systems now. Number 1 system, I've told you about the 70-30 principle, and then the second system is actually the 6-can system. I need to show you that next 2 weeks when we meet again in 2 weeks time. But let's quickly take some questions coming in from I think I saw questions coming up in the chat group. Let's see that if I can pick that up. Okay, quite a number of questions. Okay, they were actually writing. They say if your outflow exceed your inflow, your upkeep will be your downfall. That's true. That's true. That's from Omotala. Thank you so much for writing that. Assets are to be sold during financial crisis. That's true. That's correct. Spend less than you earn. That's correct. That's true. That's true. Somebody posted a link. I'm not too sure Said this is it. I'm not too sure what that link is.
That was me. I put the link that you said that is on YouTube, but it's the audio version.
Oh, the audio version. Thank you,
Yeah.
Ras. Thank you so much. Thank you.
No problem. No problem.
Audio version there for people to actually go through. Thank you so much. Austin said, "Sir, please, how can one save when what is earned is not even enough to cater for the business?" I answered this question. I knew it because each time I teach on that, they will always ask that question. That how can I save when what I earn is not enough? And I say, it's not that it's not enough, that's why you are not saving. I said that you are not saving, that is why it's not enough. The question here is, how can I save when what I earn is not enough? Please don't think like that. I think I was listening to somebody where he was teaching something like this, and he said that he knew that they are going to ask this question. He said, if you think like that, he said it's actually a complete reflection that your wisdom pipe is blocked. Don't think like that. It's not that it's not enough, that's why you are not saving. So the reason why it's not enough is because you are not saving. It's not that it's not enough, that's why you are not saving. Because the reason why you are not saving now is because, oh, what I earn is not enough, so I am not going to save. So I'm saying you are not saving, that is why it's not enough. You are not saving. That it is not enough is a reason. The reason why it's not enough is because you are not saving. It's better put like that. The reason why the money is not enough, I will tell you now. The reason why that money is not enough is because you are not saving. Please tell me the platform you invested on and other platforms too, because to me, I will give a sign of relief, or it will give me a sign of relief when I see my investments producing children. That is actually the key. Money, you must send their baby money, so to say. The mother money is to send baby money errand, and then they give birth so much more. Remember, we talked about that in the book we reviewed on our platform, the richest man in Babylon. Please go and get that book, The Richest Man in Babylon. Please, I beg you, go and get the book. Go and look at the review we did on our platform, The Richest Man in Babylon. It will really help you. It will really help you. Let's take some questions. I think those were the questions in the chat group. Let's take some questions. If you know you've got a question, put up your hands. I'm going to welcome you straight. If you put up your hands, I'm going to take you. I will ask you to unmute yourself, and then we can look at it. Managing money is key. It will really help you. Let's go ahead with Nestoria. Nestoria, go ahead. Let's see your question. Unmute yourself, please. Go ahead, unmute yourself. You have to unmute yourself. There should be an unmute button right there. If you've got a question, go ahead now, Nestoria.
Actually, it's not Nestoria. I think I'm just using this platform.
Go ahead now, ask your question.
Yes, sir. I thank you for your teaching, and I love the aspect of giving. But I come across many which I always sometimes we discuss together by giving. Giving never lack. Sometimes we just use that idioms. But this person is a very good giver. But yet he still live in poverty. If he has £100 today, I bet you he can give all. But I don't know the reason why he still lack. He's still living in lack. Please, can you throw a case of we come across him so we can have a talk? Or something? Can you throw a light to it, please?
Yeah, you see, it's just lack of wisdom. Sorry to say, it's lack of wisdom. It's lack of wisdom. You cannot, you see, I said it here also. You cannot give all that you have. Giving also is with understanding. You don't just give. No. You don't just give. There are principles tied to giving, in as much as generosity is really good. But you see, You cannot be giving when you are not comfortable yet. I think somebody was talking about the crab technology, and I think they practicalized it. They say if you put 10 crabs into a basket, while one is trying to climb out of the basket, the other one is going to be pulling it down. No. Giving is really, really part of what will build you up or build your wealth up. But you must have a clear understanding on when to give, and then even on how to give, and then lastly, who to give. When to give, where to give, who to give, how to give. You must have that understanding. You don't just give anyhow. You don't just give anyhow. Because sometimes there's a way you give, you'll be sponsoring someone. You can't just say, oh, because giving is good, then you go ahead and give and sponsor what is wrong. No. The person is not wise if he made £100 and then give out £100. It's not wise. You must be very, very comfortable. You must have money coming into your bosom. You must have returns coming in. You are giving from, actually, you should be able to, it's just like, for example, you say giving is good. Watch this now, so that all of you will understand the context from where I'm speaking from. Don't judge me and say, Judge, I've said don't give. That's not what I'm saying. How do you mean? How do you explain this situation? You are looking for £5,000 to start up a business, and now you started that business, £5,000, and then I visited you in that shop, and in that your shop you are selling television. That's what you invested in, to be selling TVs. In that your shop, I'm your friend. As I just enter, you said, man, you are a giver. You know this religious mindset, man, giver never lack. Giver never lack. You can see that mindset. You carry 3 television and give to me. You say, yes, you have given to me. You see, poverty is going to knock at that your store, you are going to close it down. Just to answer that question, the person is not wise. The person is giving wrongly. The person is giving wrongly. In as much as I encourage giving, you must know how to give, when to give, where to give, and who you are over giving. These are very important. Who you are giving. A lot of time we don't give to people that already have. But you see, that is a principle connected to that. You give to who already have. You know why? There are principles tied to that. When you come before rich people, don't be looking for what to take from them. Rather, be looking for what to give. Because in your giving, you are going to receive. There's a principle there. You must be smart to recognize that. I think it was someone that was saying that, oh, when you are just giving anyhow, you are trying to take my place in people's life. That God told him and said, you are trying to take my place in people's life. You are just giving. You are acting as if you are El Shaddai. He said, as you are giving out to people, he said, you will get to learn and get to know that you are not only going to be El Shaddai, in fact, your name will be You Shaddai. Say he was just giving anyhow. He was just giving anyhow. And then God warned him and said, you are doing too much. You don't just give anyhow. Sometimes you are fighting yourself. You have not even, you don't have anything for your family. How can you explain this? A man that does not have food for the children makes money now, instead of buy food home, as he is on his way back home to buy food for the children, the money that is left over with him as he is coming home now with maybe let's say £100, and is to buy food with that to the children. And someone just said, sorry, my mother in the village swallowed shovel. They want to do an operation, and then you counted that £100 you gave, and then you went home. You don't have food, your children don't have food, nothing for you. You are not just wise. Sorry to say like that if the person is acting like that. So the person is giving wrongly. So please advise that person to know and study on when to give, how to give, where to give, and who to give. Let's take Kenny. Kenny, go ahead, please.
Yeah, thank you so much. I just want to add to what you have said. It's like you have actually said it, or if you go by your principle, what you said earlier, once you have your income, you go by 30-70 principle. You live on 30, then you save maybe 20, then let's say the 10%, you already okay, out of this 10%, this is what I'm giving. Is that you already everything is budgeted. If I have £100, okay, from that £100, my saving is £20. My giving is maybe £10. Then the remaining I'm spending on my family. So if you already have budget as to this is what I am giving this month, regardless what, there is a budget, and you don't go to what is not. If you run out of what you want to give, then maybe you are postponing it till next month. And until we decide to live like that, emotions, we are going to be ruling our life via emotions. You see somebody like the emotion will overtake you. And then another thing I want us to take into cognizance is this principle in the Bible, the parable of the 10 virgins, the foolish ones and the wise ones. You could see when the wise one, they kept their, and they came to meet them, they said, okay, this might not be enough for the both of us, why not go and get your own? And the foolish people, they gave out all. And when Messiah came, they could not they couldn't enter the kingdom of heaven. They couldn't meet up because they have nothing to show for it. You have given all. So we should also learn to give reasonably. That's my contribution. Thank you.
Thank you, Kenny. Like I did mention, if you spend all that you earn, I said you're sorry to say, I said that was what the rule is. He said you are not just wise if you spend all that you earn. Just like I was actually, in fact, in our next teaching, I'm going to bring that part on where and how you should spend, the amount you should spend, what you should spend is 70% on, the 30% that is remaining 10-10-10 or 20-10. In fact, that was the advice for the Egyptian. I think that was the advice Joseph gave and said, save 20% during the year of plenty, but the year of dryness is going to come. That's the advice. These are principles. Whether you are a Christian, you are a Muslim, it doesn't matter. You see, this is where Christians miss it. You see why Christians are poor? They don't really have an understanding of what principles are. That's why they are poor. So many Christians are poor. They don't have an understanding. In fact, you can be filled with the Holy Spirit and still be very, very ignorant. I'll repeat that again. You can be full with the Holy Spirit. You can be filled with the Holy Spirit. You are speaking in tongues or whatever, and you will still be ignorant. You don't know how things work. That's why you see. Let me not go that way. Let me come back. So, just to answer that, thank you, Kenny. What it is you budgeted your money already. I have told you give, yes, it's good. But you see, it's 10% that you are allocated for you to give. And once it's finished, it's finished. I told you about one of my teaching. I was saying that there was a father that was always buying akara, beans cake, and milk and everything in the morning. They were used to eat pap. When the budget allocated for pap or for akara was finished and milk, the man brought pap for the children like that. And the children was asking him, Daddy, we can see pap, but we can't see the beans cake or the milk. So what are we going to use to eat the pap? The father responded and said, spoon. You will use spoon to eat it. Because the budget for the milk and the budget for akara or the beans cake was already finished. When you budget and say this is the budget, it's finished, it's finished. A lot of us don't know how budgeting work and how to work with budgets. What is a budget? Quickly, right? Budget is telling your money where it should go instead of wondering where it went. Let me quickly repeat that again. A budget is telling your money where it should go instead of wondering where it went. A budget is telling your money where it should go instead of you wondering where it went. You can put that in the chat. A budget is telling your money where it should go instead of wondering where it went. On that note, I think that's as much we can take for today. Next 2 weeks we are coming again. In fact, there is a lot I need to teach you on money management. I may be bringing part 2 of this particular teaching. I think our next meeting is going to be on the 21st of September. 21st of September, we'll be meeting here again. Please, I want you to invite people. Many of you, in fact, let me put our link on the chat group. I want you to go and subscribe. If you have not subscribed to because this teaching is going to be, we're going to post it. The last one we did last week is already there. So last 2 weeks is already there. I want you to go and subscribe to our YouTube page. Subscribe to our page so that you are the first to actually get to see the videos when we finally post them. You are the first to see the videos when we post them. I'm just sending the link now to the page. It's the Renew Mind with George. Once you type that on YouTube page, you'll be able to get through to our page for you to subscribe and then see. I'm just putting it right there in the chat box so that you can see it. So it's the Renew Mind with George Owen, or just type George Owen. You are going to see all our materials. Our platform is there for you to learn. This video will be there too for you to learn 1 or 2 things. There are old videos there too. There's so much more because we actually deals on how to make, manage, and multiply your money. That's what we do. Nothing else we do on this platform. We teach on money. Basically, it's money. Everything we do here is not for child's play. It's not for us to come and play around. No, all we do here is just money. Everything we do is about money. So just to let you know that I'm still posting our page there. If you click on the link now, it will take you straight to our YouTube page. Subscribe to the page, like it, share to other people, your friends, comment on it, have your quotes. You're learning anything you're learning with the platform. Go ahead, and I know certainly you will have a shift when it comes to managing, making, and also multiplying your money. On this note, we're going to call it a day for today, but I wouldn't just call it a day without appreciating people that actually they are always here every minute, every second, supporting what we do here. Don't forget, I said I will send you the book, The Total Money Makeover by Dave. Please go through the book, and then you'll see that your decision when it comes to finance will be better. I'm saying thank you to Nestoria, even though that's the name that is there. I know it's actually Pastor Efe that is there. So Kenny, thank you so much. Cynthia Bright, thank you. Williams, thank you so much. Fabiana, I'm saying my thank you to you. Ras, how are you? How are you doing? Thank you for sending in that link to the platform for people to click join. Thank you so much, or to go through.
No problem. I literally only just got this link sent by chance from an old friend, and I just thought, let me click on it. But very informative. So thank you.
Hope you learned something, Ras.
Definitely.
Thank you so much. Thank you
Nice
so
one.
much. Thank you. Ifoma, thank you. Ibinoma, yeah, thank you. Buki, please call me when we finish, please. Buki, call me. I have a discussion with you, Buki. Osato, thank you. Osato, thank you for joining. Oyebanjo, thank you. Oyebanjo, thank you for joining. Peter Zion, thank you for joining. Yetunde Lawan, Yetunde, thank you so much. Thank you, Yetunde, for joining. Thank you. Who is there again? I'm just going through. Fabiana, thank you. Fabiana was the first to join. Thank you so much. Ifeanyi, thank you so much. Ifeanyi, thank you. God bless you for joining. Cynthia Bright, we can't thank you enough. Thank you so much for joining. Victoria Owen, thank you. Thank you, Victoria. Thank you for joining. Thank you for your support. Thank you. I'll get to see all of you next 2 weeks. I think we're meeting on the 21 of September. Thank you so much. I want all of you to wish me a happy birthday. My birthday happened to be on the Tuesday, which is on the 10th of this month. Is my birthday, and I'm expecting wishes coming in from you. Continue to pray for me. Thank you, Kenny.
Happy birthday, sir.
Thank
Happy
you.
birthday. Happy
Thank
birthday,
you,
brother.
Williams. Thank you, Igbinomaya. Thank you. Those of you wishing.
Happy birthday in advance, sir.
Thank you in advance. On the 10th, thank you. I hope to see you guys on the 21st of September, God willing. God bless you. See you on the 21st, where we will be learning continuation of this part, because there's something I want you to learn about the system and then how the system works. Don't forget I talked about the 6-count system and then the 70-30 principle I talked about. I want us to learn it together and apply it. It's not just hearing and learning this out, but it's all about in its application. You need to learn how to apply it. I want you to apply it on Monday morning. I want all you have learned today, I want you to apply them. At the end, you see that your financial state and then your decision making will be better off, and then your financial state will have improved. Thank you so much. I'll see you on the 21st. Bye, everybody. Goodbye. Thank you.
Good night, everyone. God bless you. Bye.
Good night, everybody. Thank you. My love to all of you. My love to you. My love to all of you. Thank you so much.